Hey, I'm gonna do a video on a tier list for the MLB teams according to my opinion. And I'm just gonna jump right into it. So first we're going with the New York Yankees. So the New York Yankees, they're going in really good because that might be overrating them a little bit, even though I kinda hate the Yankees a lot. But they have a really good team, and I think that they can do some damage in these next few in this season. Like once they get it together and all of their injured players come back, they're gonna be the team to beat. Houston Astros, World Series contenders. They're just really good. I don't have that much to say. Yeah, they cheated a little, but they still have ridiculous talent. The Cleveland Indians, they're going in the okay section. Based on the other recordings that I've scrapped, there's going to be a lot of just mediocre teams because they're not as good as some of these other teams, but they're not as bad as the teams in trash. Oakland Athletics, I'm putting them in the really good section because, well, because they started out the season in first place, but they cooled down a little bit. But they're gonna get a rhythm going again, and then they're gonna be a really good team. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and put these next two teams actually. So first, the Tigers. The Tigers are like the same. The Tigers are the same as the Indians. They're like they're not as good as the Braves, but they're not as bad as some of the other teams. Like they're just kind of mediocre. So, and now we have the LA Angels, the Los Angeles Angels. Well, like they're kind of like the Brave. Well, the Braves and them have young teams, except that one player that's like super elite. But they have The Angels have Shohei Ohtani and Mike Trout, which is a really good couple of players. They just need to get a couple more hitting and pitching people, and then they'll be World Series contenders in a couple of years. All right, moving on, we have the Milwaukee Brewers. They're the same as the Cleveland Indians and Detroit Tigers. All right, the Cardinals. Why do we keep getting these mediocre teams? All right, Blue Jays. They're going in decent because they have a ton. They have all the potential in the world, and in a couple seasons, this season they could like start. They could get better. They could get a better chemistry, a better team chemistry, and then they could be a better team. Sorry, a bird just hit my window. I just got a little distracted. All right, Colorado Rockies. They're the same as all of these teams right here. They're just mediocre. All right, Seattle Mariners. Trash. They're just trash. Nothing more to say. Rays are in really good section because they started off they're really good right now, but they're gonna cool down. And the Rays, they're not gonna be World Series contenders like they were last year, but I just feel like they're still a really good team, really talented players. All right, Miami Marlins, terrible. Baltimore Orioles, terrible, because they're both just like one of some of the worst people or teams in the league. Jeez, I can't talk today. All right, so yeah, the Phillies are like these other teams. Pirates. Rangers. I'm putting them ahead because they have a couple people that could be really good, and they have a couple injured people, but watch out for the Rangers because Joey Gallo's really getting better. And yeah, so San Diego Padres. They're going in the really good section because they have a ton of talent and they're one of the top contenders in their league, and they're definitely making the playoffs. Boston Red Sox. I'm putting them in decent because I know they're really good right now, but they're going to cool off. That's personally my favorite team, but yeah, they're going to cool off. They're doing really good right now. But yeah, wait. All right. The Giants, they're okay. There's just like all of these other teams in this row. The Dodgers, World Series contenders. They're one of the best teams in the league right now. They're better than the Yankees, which they're better than the Yankees, the A's, the Rays. Hey, those rhyme. A's, Rays, and San Diego. All right, Kansas City, just mediocre like these other teams. Arizona, they have potential, so that's why I'm putting them in the decent category. The New York Mets, I'm putting them in really good because I think they're leading their league right now, but like the Mets they're stacked with like Pete Alonso, yeah, and White Sox. Decent because they're doing good and they're just like in the middle of their division, I think, right now. So, yeah. Twins. They're just actually, yeah, decent because they're good. They're good. They have a lot of potential, but they're in the middle of their division right now. All right, Cubs. Cubs are really good because, well, I mean, they have Javi Baez, Chris Bryant, Anthony Rizzo, and they have a lot of pitching also. So, yeah, that just makes them a really good team. Washington Nationals. They have a losing record right now, I think, but they're gonna get a little bit. They're gonna get better as they get some of their injured players back on the roster. So that's why I put them in decent instead of okay. Cincinnati Reds, actually, because they have a ton of rising stars that were good players before, but they never really rise to all the potential they had until the season. Like, wait, what's his name? I forget. All right, put it in the comments if you know who I'm talking about for the Reds. All right, that's who. That's like my that's my MLB rankings. All right, see ya.